Marilyn has been an integral and positive part of the Denver business community for many years. Today, she heads the National Franchise Business Development for Payroll Vault Franchising, a nationally based payroll service business that she co-founded with her husband, Sean Manning. Payroll Vault launched as a franchise concept in 2012 and now has numerous locations across the United States, offering entrepreneurs the opportunity to tap into the growing payroll industry. In addition, in 2007, Marilyn founded REV Networking, an innovative professional networking and marketing business that pioneered the concept of speed networking. And we have had one speed networking event with the Conifer Chamber, and we will, if you like what you see today, Marilyn has already agreed to work with us on doing a speed networking program with the West Chamber, so you can expand your network going down the I-70 corridor. Marilyn is certainly a people person, and she knows how to work a networking event, create relationships and connections, and get to the people who know how to get business done. She is a nationally sought-after speaker, and here we have her at the Wild Game in Evergreen, Colorado. So we're pretty lucky to have Marilyn to teach us the art of pain-free networking. So I guess you're going to tell us how to leave our shyness at the door and get going. And she's going to share some real strategies to help us all grow and brand your business. So please, let's welcome Marilyn Manning.
Thank you, Betsy, and thank you to the Evergreen Chamber, and wow, what a turnout today. I'm going to probably stand up this way because I know you're at round tables and everybody's kind of adjusted a chair, so I'll try not to wiggle too much, but so excited to see a room this full today, and why are we here? I mean, this is about community, this is about business, this has been one wild week, right, across our nation. And all the weird things that are going on. We got Tom Petty playing outside, which is pretty cool to honor things like that. So the business that you're doing and the reason why you've joined the chamber, perhaps, and I'm going to guess is the #1 reason, is so that you can meet other people and you can help grow your business, right? So you come to events like this. You are coming to your business after hours. The Santa thing is going to be happening. It's going to be awesome. And the event that they're talking about doing here at the Wild Game, which, by the way, what a great venue. I mean, this is really neat. It's my first time here. It's a beautiful space. So it's like, I like to tell people, when you join a chamber of commerce, it's kind of like if you join a gym and you don't go to the gym, you're still fat and out of shape, right? Okay, so if you don't come to the chamber and participate and make the connections that you need to make to help grow your business, it's not going to happen, friends. And the one thing that I can tell you that makes the world go round today, and has forever, is people. And the more people that we can meet and know, the faster your network's going to grow. Okay, so when you think about it, exponentially, this is how this can work. One person has literally hundreds of contacts within their own database. So it's their business contacts, it's people through maybe their church or other affiliations, their families, those kinds of things, that once you tap into that person and you get to know them, now you start to grow this network, okay? Because who knows who and who knows you. That's really what the differentiator is, okay? So let's talk about things that you can do professionally, because darn, I only have 20 minutes, but we're going to make it kind of a power 20 minutes. Little things that can make a difference, okay? A name tag, okay? Name tags. I have mine. I see some, Mary Kay over here, some other professional name tags. Do we have a promotional items person, printer? Yeah, we have a couple of those. Know them, and go get yourself, if you're a business owner or you work for somebody else, get a professional name tag. They're $10, maybe a little art fee on that, whatever, but it makes you look bigger. I'm hoping in the, metaphorical sense, but but it makes you look bigger, and then guess what? You're like a little walking billboard, and you have your logo on there. Our company's Payroll Vault, as Betsy introduced me. So now everywhere I go, people are like, oh yeah, Payroll Vault. I've heard of you guys. you know? And we're bigger, we're growing. I have so much fun with what I do, of course, doing our franchise development and growing this. We're a Colorado company, founded here, love what we do. Business is booming, and we're in a business where if people are going to be hiring people, you're going to need payroll services. So it's an awesome opportunity. I love talking to entrepreneurs all over the country all day long about this business, and it's really, really exciting. So our focus too is in small and medium-sized business. I know your language. I know what makes people tick. So getting the name tag is important, and the magnetic ones are great unless you're wearing, you know, some sort of pacemaker can shut you off. But anyway, business cards, all right? And what does your business card look like? So think about this too. If you have an all black or a very dark colored business card, both sides, please, I don't want to offend anyone, and you don't have any write uponable, I like that word, write uponable space on your business card, change that. Okay, and don't get the kind that are all, and you know, and printing people can attest this, the schlaggy ones, you know, that are all like, you know, then you have to like, you can't write on it, and it's like, you gotta hit it in the right sunlight to read what you wrote on, you know. So make sure you have space on your business card to write. One other thing too is I want it, now don't everybody freak out, but really what side does your name tag go on when you put your name tag? That's another thing. Okay, it goes on the right side, or I like to say the weird side, okay, because most people are yeah, now everybody's like switching, I know. Okay, everybody, let's see why. The reason why, okay, because when we shake hands, I'm looking over to see Cherie on the left shoulder, and it's really on the right. So our line of sight stays right here, because my friend Marilyn, yes, see, I can see her name tag. So right side, just little tips like that make a little bit of a difference. The other thing is, what kind of a handshake are you putting out there? I know there's people in here that have the fishy handshake. You know what I'm talking about, friends. Wow. Okay, yeah, right? What you want to do now, okay, there's a whole, you can go on the internet, you can find this whole science on how many times you should actually go up and down with the hand. Is it over, under, you know, make you submissive? I don't know what's happening with that. But anyway, it's really about having the thumb parts meet, okay? And then going right in there and getting hold of their hand, looking the person in the eyes, smiling, seeing their name. She goes, now I'm a name tag. What's your name?
Jenny.
Jenny. Hi, Jenny. I'm Marilyn. Nice to meet you. What do you do?
I'm a financial advisor.
Awesome. Okay, great. And what type of businesses, people do you work with?
I work with individuals and business owners.
Okay.
Plan for their future financial goals.
Awesome. Okay. So another thing too, so how many of you practice like the 30-second commercial? Okay, you've got your pitch down, right? Okay, great, because you need to know what to say. But really, talk about why you are fabulous. What is it that you, she does financial services. How many of your financial services people in the room? Okay, 1, 2, couple, 3, 4. Okay, great. What makes you fabulous? I mean, you have to really, it's not that hard. You know what you do. How many insurance people? Okay, hands up. Yep, great, all right. You know, and then, I mean, there's 8,000 people that do insurance. What makes you different? What makes you fabulous? What's your niche? So when you introduce yourselves to somebody, you know, like I tell people, they're like, payroll vault. So what do you guys do? Payroll. Yeah. But you know what? We do payroll fabulously. That's one of my favorite F words. My other favorite F word, ready? It's spelled F-U-N. Yes, because if you're not having fun at what you're doing, go do something else, friends. It's a short life, okay? We want to have a good time while we're here. So having your 30-second is great. Make sure you tell people what you do that makes a difference. What's your why? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Okay? CBD people. I mean, it's great. We're now becoming more and more aware of these types of things that can help people. So that's very important. So let's talk about, we've got our business card. Card management is important too when you go to a networking event. I like to have an in and out pocket. Ladies' purses are very convenient in this day and age because we have kind of those little cell phone inside pockets, okay? So make sure that you have your business cards on you no matter where you are. I don't care if you are traveling, if you are at the gym, if you're at a funeral. There's people to network with everywhere. Literally. I've met people on airplanes. I've met people when I'm on the beach in Mexico. So things like that, they're everywhere. So make sure that you have your business cards with you. The in and out pocket. So I have cards that I'm going to give out, and then I have cards that I'm going to receive in. So however you want to manage that, make sure there's nothing weirder than somebody going, let me give you my card, and they reach in their pocket and they pull out, like, pick a card, any card, but mine, because I can't find my card, okay? You know, so pick a card, so, you know, and then I like this too. So gentlemen, please, you know, make sure you have them in a pocket, because when you go, let me get you my card, and you reach back here, and you open up the wallet, and you get the card out, that it's been in there so long, and there's been a lot of body heat on it, and it's got the leather that's seeped into the card. Okay, fresh cards, please. Right. Get a little bag in your car or box. Make sure you always have business cards with you. But having those cards ready and ready to go. You've got your name tag on now. And if you write your name tag, which we did this morning, put your name and your company name on it too. So let's say you forget your name tag. Make sure you have your company name on there, because you always want to be talking about who you are for your business, okay? So then we get to the networking event. Now, what I want to give you is some insight into what I've studied at networking events. Is the room, all right? You're walking into, let's say, the wild game experience that I'm having this morning. And you're walking into the wild game, and there's 250 people in the room, and you've got to show up, and you are told to go and network. How am I going to do this? When I walk in, I have to start introducing myself to people. Yikes! How many people get scared when this is happening? Like even this morning. Now, who is nervous coming in? Raise your hands. Come on, everybody. Great. All right, great. Everybody's nervous. Even the networking girl gets nervous. I came in, I'm like, you know, where's Betsy?
I forgot my name tag.
And she didn't have her name tag on, so I couldn't find her. I had somebody help me find her. She's good. But again, we go into the event, and then we go and we're like, okay, who do I know? All right, so we're looking for everybody we know. That's okay. I'm going to give you a pass on that one. That's okay. But what I want you to do now is learn these tips. You walk into the room. You need to understand where people are standing and why they're standing there. Okay? I like to akin a networking event to like being in high school. Okay? Take her back. But you know what? It is basic. It's kind of elementary stuff. So in the room, you have the perimeter of the room, okay, is where all of our nerds, geeks, computer people, introverted people, business owners are standing, okay? They're on the outside of the room. The inside of the room is where we've got the football players, the cheerleaders, the salespeople, the master networkers. They're all in the center of the room having rah-rah good times, right? Okay, so you show up at the event. Let's say you didn't come with somebody, or even if you did, start at the perimeter of the room. These are people that have the guts to get out of their car. They haven't even hit the bar yet. I do have rules on that. And they are on the perimeter of the room, and they want to talk to somebody, so make it you. Okay? Walk up and introduce yourself to somebody, get the conversation going. It's easy. We got on cheat sheets. You got on your name tag. Hey, you know, I'm Marilyn. Hi, Bill. Tell me about, you know, your business and what you do. Start the conversation. Get that going. Then as you kind of are greasing your wheels up, you work your way into the center of the room. People are clustered, right, in the center. There's groups, usually 4, 6 people, and they're all standing around there laughing about their kid's soccer game, or they're, you know, talking about the Rockies tonight, come on, you know, and having conversations like that. And then you walk in and kind of burst into this bubble, back to high school, with, she doesn't belong to our group. Who is this lady that's like, you know, she's not part of the clique. Who is this? You know, I walk up and I'm like, hi, it looks like you guys are having a great time. I'm Marilyn, I'm with Parabalt. What's everybody chatting about? Looks like a good group. Now you have an audience of people, okay? You got 4 or 6 people that you can start introducing yourself to. And they'll be like, oh, Parabalt, well, tell me about Parabalt, you know? Some rules I have on conversations. Now, don't get into an arm wrestling match over this. I like to get the other person to talk first, okay? Why? Because you can ask the probing questions that you want to ask and listen to them and pick up from what they're saying to how you can gauge your presentation back to them. So I'll meet somebody, and now you know my secrets, but I'll meet somebody, hi, and Gary back at the table, tell me about you and what you do, and they'll start going into this and this, oh really, and how about, tell me how many locations you have, how many employees you have, how long you've been in business. These are the things that you can be asking people and getting that. That way then you know how to flip your conversation back to that person, right? Okay, so we're in the room, we're networking, we're having a great time. If you come with somebody, or if you get with somebody that you know, and you start yakety-yakking away, I did help pioneer speed networking into the Denver business community. I tell people you got 5 minutes to talk to, I call them your Klingon. Why? Because you're clinging together. It's frightening at networking events, and I have to stick by this person because I don't want to go talk to people, but you must, all right? I just want you to set goals when you go. Make sure that you are meeting at least, and I'm going minimum, 5 people new, okay? Bump it up to 10. You probably have an hour and a half for these types of events, okay? So make sure you're meeting people. So once you get the conversations going, you're feeling a little bit, good about being at the event, we're going to start conversations. Now there's a ton of ambassadors here. If you're new to the chamber, please know the ambassadors, because they will make those conversation introductions for you to business owners that you want to know. So ask your Klingon, say, hey, why don't you go find 2 or 3 people that I don't know, I'll go find 2 or 3 people you don't know. We're going to meet back here at the comfort post. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I came in the room and I own this wall now. And this 3-foot, radius going around me. You go to a party and you sit on the edge of the couch, it's yours all night, okay? All right? So same thing, and these rules apply even to, family events or neighborhood parties or things like that too. So go find some folks, get them talking and introducing each other. I did this as a little experiment at the Denver Chamber. I met a guy that was a client of mine, and I said, hey, Greg, let's go get some people. And by the end of the night, literally, we had a circle, almost like a kumbaya, 16 people going around and doing business together. It was fantastic, okay? So we'll get that conversations going. Have your Klingon help you, all right? But remember that you need to be there and you need to be making connections. So socialize after the event. You're working at a networking event. Also, what are you wearing? Real quick, how much time do I have? I could go on 5 minutes, 8. Okay.
I was going to go over there and tell you by now.
It's right here. What are you wearing? So make sure you're professionally dressed or you're representing your business, like our little brew bag over here. Good. You're representing your business. Be professional dressed. Make sure, whatever you're selling, because the first thing you're going to sell is you, make yourself worth it. We have to get to this point. I know this one. All right, so let's say you get in a conversation with a strange stranger. It's happened. It's happened at family events, right? Okay, so we have to get this point across because this is a big one. So what do you do when you get stuck in a conversation with a strange stranger? You're waiting for that break. It's never coming, right? You're like, there's going to be an interruption, and then I can break away. Then you do something dumb and you ask another question. Not happening, right? So now we're 45.8 minutes deep into this conversation with a strange stranger, and you want to break away. I tell people it's okay to get physical. What do I mean by that? I'm going to pick on you, Tom. All right. So I'm having this conversation with Tom. Tom's going on and on. He's now talking about the universe, and I think, isn't there like some strange planet that's supposed to hit the Earth on October 21st? It's my son's birthday, by the way. But anyway, yeah, so, and then nothing about this. Finally, I'm just going to go, Tom, thank you so kindly for our conversation today. Really interesting. Okay, hand on the arm. Oh. It's really not that strange. Anyway. But touch them on the arm, okay? Because they're going to be like, what? Why are you touching me? And it'll stop them, okay? And then just kindly say thank you for the conversation. This is interesting. Tom's gonna go, can I get your business card? Well, only if you must, right? Okay. You can hand him the card or just say, hey, we'll catch up at the next chamber event, you know, whatever. All right. And then you can break away. Now, if he's not too weird, okay, you can pick him up as your Klingon, take him with you. All right? Tom and I are going to go around. We're going to introduce ourselves to Deb. Deb, I want you to meet Tom. Tom, this is Deb. Deb? Yeah, Deb, tell us what you do. This is the Romeo, the Evergreen Chamber. I picked the right guy for sure. Right. And then I'm going to start this conversation. I'm going to say, Deb, Tom, great to meet you. And I'm going to break away, and I do what I call the Klingon dump. Okay, boom, I'm out. So I have actually had people tell me, Marilyn, you dumped me after I've told you this conversation. But anyway, I have 2 more minutes to go with that. So that's where I wanted to say, you know, use these opportunities to have these events. I hope I've had a few little tidbits of stuff to throw there out for you. Be fabulous, have fun, and know this. This is the big tip. Everyone at a networking event, everyone is freaked out. They are freaked out when they walk into that room and go, oh, mother, I have to introduce myself to people today, and I got to grow my business because I know I joined this chamber, and I got to go meet people, and everybody's freaked out. Game on, friends, because if you know that going in, then you're in the driver's seat. Okay? You're going to be the one that's going to go up and help put those folks at ease. Because you know how to do this. And just start having those conversations. This whole thing of the network, again, literally tapping into. So when you meet people and you set up the coffee appointments and that kind of stuff, and remember, don't waste a lot of time on coffee. Man, those appointments, 30, 45 minutes. Get there, get the information going, and roll it. If you're sitting there for 1-2 hours having coffee, you're not very busy. Okay? Make the coffee appointments, 30, 45 minutes, lunch 1 hour. Set it up when you put out your Outlook invitation, and make sure you keep your meetings so they're brief. You can even bring an associate with you to the coffee talk, all right? And have 4 people now networking during a coffee, okay? Think about the power of that. Exponential, okay? Does that sound good? Yeah. All right, let me ask questions. Let's do a few. You got anything for me? Yes, sir.
Remembering people's names. They don't have, I mean, I just instantly forget, so.
Perfect. So it's always great to repeat their name immediately. And then try to use their name through the conversation. Don't go crazy with that. Tom, tell me business. Tom. All right, so repeat it at least 3 times. Tom, thank you for meeting with me. It's a pleasure to know you. Then I go to the next chamber event, and I'm like, know him. Gosh, I can't remember his name, right? You want to try. Yeah, well, if you have the name tag, that's your cheat sheet. But when you meet somebody, okay, so now I'm going to call him, like the chamber, Romeo, or whatever we nicknamed him today. All right, but I'm going to have that, like a mnemonic device to try to remember something. You meet a lady, her name's Shirley, she's got curly hair. Shirley with curly hair. I mean, something that you can have something to remember. Now, if you forget somebody's name, or you don't remember, whatever, never, ever, ever guess. Why? It makes you look dumb. It makes that other person feel really insignificant. So I always say, hey, it was so nice to see you again. Can you remind me of your name? My name is Tom. Tom, thank you. I meet a lot of people on a weekly basis. I just want to make sure that I remember your name. Thank you, Tom. And then I'm putting it in my head somewhere, somehow. And again, if you keep forgetting, and then there's little ways that you can kind of, I'll go and say, oh, let's go meet Deb. Deb, I'm Marilyn. Tom's no, hi, I'm Tom. Usually he's like, no, she's going to introduce me. You have that little bit. But the best way to do it is if you forget somebody's name, ask, can you remind me of your name? Not, what's your name? It's, can you remind me of it? Because I know I've met you, but I just remember you. Other questions?
No. Okay.
Yes.
Can you talk about follow-up?
Yes. Okay. Excellent. Business cards. Now, if you don't have the opportunity to write a note on somebody's business card, can I defame you here for a moment?
Can I destroy it?
Thank you. All right. So, and she does have some white space. It is a write-uponable card. Nice job. Right? No, I don't need that. So here's what I'm going to say, is that if you meet somebody you know that they're going to be a great contact, take the corner of their card and bend it. Okay? Because when you get the pile of cards in the bottom of the purse or your pocket, you don't know, and you get back to the office and you throw them on your desk, there's the one I want to get back to. ASAP. Put them in 3 piles. So I call them the smoking hots, the sorta hots, and the nuts. Okay? Nonetheless, all of them go into a database. Because even your knots, they know other people, right? Okay, so your smoking hots, people, I need to do business with them right away. A referral partner, somebody I need to network with, a potential client, all that. The sorta hots are like, yeah, you know, maybe down the line, this will get going. Keep them, and then the knots, maybe not, but they're all going to go. Please make sure you are lead generating. I want you to take the whole sales piece out of your vocabulary right now. Because the more leads and the more connections you make for your business, the more it's going to come around, friends. And you have that database put together. Who uses a database or some sort of card management system? Good. I like those hands, okay? Keep that in there. Make sure you're doing some sort of communication with those leads. But as long as you have them, they're not in a shoebox, okay? Or even if they are, do something with them now. All right, and break them out into those 3 piles. Get back to the people within 24 hours. I think a phone call is awesome. I'm all about the old being new again. Who got a handwritten letter last year for Christmas? Not many people, right? We're all on this email. The technology is great. Social media is fine. It takes anywhere now from when, for like pre-internet, it was maybe 3 affirmations before you would do business with somebody. It's 10 to 12 now. They're looking you up everywhere. Please be careful what you post on social media. Please, I don't care about your food. I have yet to put a picture of my kids on any of my stuff, just because, whatever. They're on social media, I don't even know what they're doing. But anyway, please be careful with that. So the follow-up is important. You should follow with everyone. And just even, a phone call's great, email's great, and then see if you can get those connections going right away. It's always great if you can respond to somebody, even within a week's time, if you want to just say, hey, it was nice to meet you at the Evergreen Chamber, looking forward to seeing you again, a nice introduction, etc. But follow up with everybody, because then if you don't, what's the point? What's the point of going and meeting all these people if you're not trying to build those connections? It's a waste of money, and it's a waste of your time. If you're showing up for the free appetizers and the 2 drink coupons, well, great, okay, you know? Maybe mama's not cooking that night. I don't know. But seriously, it's not about that. And there's a reason why they only allow 2 drink coupons at these events, okay? It's not partying. It's about working when you're networking, okay? So be professional with that. Other questions? Come on. Perfect. We're good? All right. Thank you very much. We are talking about doing an event. I would love to put you all through a REV networking event. It is an amazing experience. If you are painfully shy, this is the event for you. It will teach you how to network. If you're an extrovert, you're going to eat it up because it's high energy. So it's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward, and we'll get that on the calendar. So January is a great month because that's when everybody's like, I'm going to do it this year, right? Okay, we're going to start it out with that. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.